Today I want to talk about the power of focus. Mastering your focus is absolutely one of the most important things you need to deal with. Getting your focus under control, I think, is probably the single most important component of success in life. There's so many distractions for us today, between the bombardment we get with constant advertising in our faces, to the distraction of social media platforms, to being impacted by the demands of others, to being distracted by new opportunities at every turn. It's very easy to lose focus. And the worst thing you can do in the world, literally, is to wake up years after you've been distracted by all the things I just mentioned and haven't accomplished your goals and your dreams because of your distraction, your lack of focus. Remember, like my mentor Tony Robbins says, where focus goes, energy flows. Unless you master your focus, life's going to pass you by and you'll end up with a life of regret. Now, there's several things you can do to help improve your focus. Have you determined what your mission in life is yet? If you haven't, that's critical. Why are you here? Who are you here to help? What are you here to do? What is the purpose in your life? What is it you really want? You have to literally write down and clearly define what your purpose and mission in life is. What's your vision for the future? Remember, like the good book says, without a vision, the people perish. What's your plan for the future? You need intention to hone your focus, and your intention comes from having a clearly defined mission and plan. Next, you need to minimize your distractions. If you're struggling with focus right now, stop browsing. Take a break from Facebook and Instagram for a while, until you feel like you've gotten your focus back. Have you ever noticed how you can sit at the television, and most people now have hundreds of channels, and how easy it is literally to numb your mind by flipping through numerous channels? Doing that is really hurting your focus because it's taking your brain and you're making numerous small decisions every few seconds. Because another thing you need to do is minimize the number of decisions you need to make. Did you ever notice Steve Jobs from Apple always wore the same clothes? He minimized the number of decisions that he had to make, including to the point of wearing the same clothes, so you didn't have to think about that. Decisions fatigue your brain, and you've only got so much mental energy every day. Also, if you get too many things going, you said yes to too many opportunities or jobs or whatever, your focus is going to be diluted. This one happens to me all the time. I have multiple businesses. As an entrepreneur, and any entrepreneur knows this, anytime we see an opportunity, we're like, hey, there's a shiny penny. Oh no, there's another shiny penny. And we get distracted. And when that happens, we lose focus. And then guess what? Everything suffers. Don't be afraid to say no. In fact, I suggest getting in a habit of just saying no. Get in the habit of taking time to evaluate before you jump to yes. Another very important piece to remember here, guys, is happiness it doesn't come from an outcome. It comes from the progress. It comes from the process. If your focus is off, you're not going to progress. Thereby, you won't be happy. So let's talk about some things you can do to improve your focus. One is to meditate every day. And this can mean just sitting at your desk for a minute and closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths, focusing on your breathing just for a minute or two. It can give you clarity and enhance your focus, also increases your energy. Another is to cut down on your multitasking. This is one I literally struggle with almost every day. Turn off your email. Focus on finishing one thing at a time. I realize, guys, this is the pot calling the kettle black here, because this is when like I say, I struggle with this almost every day. But another very important thing that helps your focus is exercise. If you're not exercising, start. If you want to be success in anything, you have to make sure you're taking care of your health. And exercise helps every piece of your journey towards success, including focus. It also helps if you take breaks. Stop what you're doing and walk outside for a few minutes. The book I read called The Power of Full Engagement. You don't need to buy it, because the whole premise of the book is just to take breaks or take naps through the day, that you literally get more done, working less time because you're fully engaged when you are working. And because of these breaks, I have a zero gravity chair in my office, and people laugh at me because I take naps in there. But it greatly enhances my focus and my energy. And the funny thing is I also have a little rebounder, a little trampoline. I have that in my office at home. I have one in my office at work. I have one in my exercise room. Whenever I want some energy, I just jump on it for a little bit. And it builds energy, and it helps me with my focus. It's also very important to get plenty of sleep. Now, some of this stuff is common sense, but it's important. Also, if you're not making lists like to-do lists, you're definitely going to have a focus problem. Nobody can be a success in business if they don't track their to-dos in some fashion. Then, of course, as an aside, Remember, 20% of the things that are on your list are going to get you 80% of the traction. So always be looking for those 20% tasks. And then once you have your to-do list done, schedule yourself. Schedule your day in blocks of time that force you to focus on one thing during a specific time frame. This can be very helpful with your focus. Guys, the simpler your life is, believe it or not, the more progress you'll make because you'll be able to focus. The key to success in anything is your ability to focus. I'm Khleif, wishing you incredible passion and massive success in your business and in your life.